All right, let's start the masterclass, guys. I started the recording. First of all, thank you so much for joining the today's masterclass organized by Ellipse Education. First of all, let me introduce myself. Hello, everyone. I am Abhishek Agrawal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. I am having 8 years of Azure data engineering experience. I have done my graduation from NIT Raipur in 2016. And after that, I have worked completely into Azure data engineering background. Like I have done a projects into Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, Fabric, and also have done the migration project from the Hadoop cluster to the Spark cluster. This is what I have done. And then I started this teaching journey back in COVID timing, right? When I got some free timing, and I started helping my friends to get a job, right? And then my friends recommended their friends, and then two students became four students, four students became five students, and then soon I started teaching this professionally, right? And currently, I'm working in Sud in Germany as Azure data engineer. So after the COVID, I started applying job in European countries because I wanted to go outside of India and do the job for exploration purpose. And I got a job directly from India in Germany, and then I'm here. I'm working as a Azure data engineer in Sud. Okay. So this is pretty much about me, right? And then what you guys can also do is you guys can go through my LinkedIn page, right? And you can understand about me. You can understand what the projects I have done in general, right? That you can check out and you can know about me. Okay. And then during the masterclass, I will be sharing many learning material, many slides, and then many things which you can also get it in my LinkedIn profile directly, right? So I share many slides which can help you to get a job and also to learn about data engineering in general, interview questions, important difference. So you can follow me on LinkedIn and you can get to know about me. You can get to know about like the projects which I have done, and then the in general like different slides, right, that you can check out. Let me, before we start on the masterclass in general, let me take you through the Ellipse education, right, and what we do in Ellipse education. So I started this Ellipse education. It has been like 2.5 years. I started this Ellipse education where we provide the trainings from the mentors who are currently working in the industry, right? So we don't onboard any mentor who are not a working professional, okay? Why we do that? Because I feel that technology is changing so fast that you need to be intact with your job to understand what has been asked in the interview, what has been worked upon in the real-time companies, and then accordingly somebody can teach as well at the same time, right? So this is what we do here, and that is what I do as well. Okay. So start your tech adventure upskill with the best mentor in the industry, which means that we basically train from the best mentors who are currently working in the industry. Okay. So you can understand who are the mentors in education ellipse, right? That you can understand from here. So as I told you that I am Abhishek Agrawal, I basically worked in Azure data engineering domain. We have a Vail Murugan who is basically a AWS data engineer and work in AWS data engineering domain completely, and also work with like Snowflake. So he provides of all the training related to Snowflake and Azure, AWS in general. Then we have a Khan sir who is a data engineer by himself, right? Done multiple projects around SQL, Python. So he takes care of all the training related to that. And then we have a Sindhu Prathapati who is a data analyst, take care of all the training related to Power BI background. And then we have a Sankha Das who has a 5 to 6 years of Azure data engineering experience, and he take cares of the training related to Azure data engineering background, right? So he takes care of Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse, Data Lake, Cosmo DB, right? About this is about him. Okay. All right. So now in Ellipse Education, right, what we do, we basically help you end to end, right? End to end as in we first of all will train you to do real-time projects with us. So we will basically provide you the training as you like, suppose when you join a corporate job, in some of the company they give you a corporate training, right? And then they train you like for 2 to 3 months so that they can deploy you to a project. That is what we do as well. We will basically train you as per the job, as per the real-time job which you will be doing in 2 to 3 months extensive training. And after that you will be able to do the job in your company like which you join, and also you will be able to crack the interview because we will be telling you what are the projects which we have done in our careers, right? And then you can replicate those projects, learn those projects, crack the interview, do the job. And then we will help you in the interview preparation, which means that we will help you in the resume building. We'll help you to write this project in your resume. We will basically help you to understand what the scenario based question can be asked, what are the technical challenges we have faced. All of that will help you. That too, it's a personalized batch training, which means that in our batch, you'll not find like 100 students. It's 20 to 30 people learning together, doing projects, and then with a common goal of switching their job, right? With the mentors who are currently working in the industry, which I already explained. Now, why to choose us, right? So we have a 7-day refund policy. So if you're not satisfied with the training, you can come back to us in 7 days in any of the training. If you enroll in any of the training, you are not satisfied, come back to us and ask for the refund in 7 days. But till now, like nobody come to us because of a training style and how do we teach, right? Because we onboard all the tutors who are working professional, who know how to teach, right? We onboard only those people. But if you're not satisfied, we are giving that kind of a guarantee as well, because I know all of you joined virtually, right? And then you need some sort of confidence while you're doing a payment, right? And we have a price match policy. So if you get any course anywhere in the market with limited batch size, real-time training, interview preparation, mock interview, everything, and if you get it in a less of a price, you come back to us and we'll match the price, right? It's a personalized training, which means that we'll understand your profile, we'll understand that like it's not like we are recommending one course for everyone. It's not like that, right? So currently today in the today's masterclass, I will explain you that as per your profile, what course you can go for, and then accordingly you can choose that particular course, right? And you will learn from the industry expert. We will help you to make you job ready, right? That is what we will do. And we have a live training related to Azure Data Engineering, Databricks and Spark, Azure Data Engineering and Databricks and Spark, right? And then we have a AWS training, Fabric training, Snowflake training, AWS and Snowflake training, Power BI training, SQL training. And then we have a recorded material as well over here. So suppose we have a recorded material of data factory, data engineering, and then suppose if you want to learn in your own time in fast-paced manner, then you can go for a recorded material as well. That also you can do. So in the today's masterclass, we are here, right? And then you can check out the reviews over here. You can check out the video reviews over here. That also you can do, right? So this is about in general about the landing page, in general about the myself, right? And then here you can see all the courses which we offer. Here you can see the recorded material of the courses, all of that you can see, right? So follow us on like LinkedIn, follow us on Education Lips, right? We have an Instagram channel as well, Education. So you can follow us on the Instagram channel as well, right? You can just try to do some like you can basically we post regular content over here. We post about some video content as well, which you can also check out and you can follow us over there. I will be posting some links over here. All right, guys. Now, like, let's try to start the technical discussion, right? So before we start, I wanted to write the general question which people have, right? So um, we take this master class every month 4 to 5 times. So these are the general question which people have, right? So I will try to cover each and every question in today's master class, and I will make sure that each and every question is answered in today's master class. So agenda of the today master class is to, like when you're attending the master class, right? The agenda of the master class is uh, like you should be able to understand, hey, I am a data analyst, I have 2 years of experience, so what should I learn and how should I learn it? Like to switch to data engineering, if I have 10 years of experience, how I can approach Azure data engineering, right? So it's the 2 year, person should not learn Azure data engineering same as like 10-year person, right? Or if I am a fresher, how should I learn Azure data engineering, right? If I don't know coding, how I should learn Azure data engineering? So I will try to answer all of this question, and then these are the general questions which people have. Sometimes they are not they are confused about which cloud to choose. Hey, there is AWS, there is Azure, there is GCP. Which cloud I should go for, right? Then they are not sure about, hey, like what is the Azure future, what is the future of Azure data engineering, what is data engineering in general? Because when you go to naukri.com, when you type data engineering, you will see many jobs, right? And then they have written Cosmo DB, unstructured data, structured data, streaming, batch processing, and then they have written Snowflake, Airbyte, Airflow, Data Factory, Databricks, Azure admin, and then DevOps, and then like Power BI. So you're like, man, what I should learn? There are so many things to learn, and then how I should learn it, and I'm really confused, and like I cannot like. So sometimes it happens, right? I can totally get it. So we will basically guide you that how you can switch to data engineering and what you need to learn to switch to data engineering. We will guide you that. Okay. Then, as I told you that if you are a fresher, if you have a career gap, if you have 5 to 10 years of experience, how you can learn data engineering, what is the career path, we will make sure you understand that. Okay. Now, if you are from Power BI background, in from SSIS background, in from Informatica background, if you are from admin background, if you are from sales background or a marketing background, how you can learn data engineering, we will try to clarify that as well. If you don't have any coding experience, if you have a coding experience, how you can learn SQL and Python, how you can switch, that also we will guide you. How we will do live projects, how we will practice on Azure, how much experience you can show by doing a current learning, right? How we'll approach the interview, how we'll handle the scenario-based interview question, right? Um, right, and all of that we will guide you, right? And then like how you can show your experience. So suppose when you do a projects with us, how much experience you can show in your resume. This is what we will guide you. Okay, so we will basically guide you with everything, right? Um, all right, and then if you are here for some sort of a course, we will tell you how you can enroll for the course by end of the masterclass, right? And then we will give you some offers so that you can enroll as well. Okay, all right. So this is the structure which we will follow in the today's masterclass. Okay. So we will go one by one in each topic, and then we will try to cover up all the topics, right, one by one. So give me a moment. I will just open the slides, and then we will continue with that. Okay. So the introduction part is covered, right? The website and LinkedIn link and all of it, everything I told you, right? Now let's start the technical part of the things, right? And then guys, if you need a today's recording, right? So the some prime people need a today's recording. So if you need the today's recording, please share your number in the chat. And like so that we will reach out to you, we'll share the today's recording and also share the learning material, right? So now if you want to get the today's recording, please share your number so that we'll reach out to you, send the recording. Okay. All right. Now, like, why cloud? What is data engineering? Let's try to understand this, and then let's try to understand why and what of cloud. Okay. So let's try to understand this. Okay, and then we'll proceed. Uh, why cloud? Okay, why cloud? So, like, why first of all the cloud is needed? Okay, so let's try to understand this. So suppose back in 2012, when I was in college, I used to use CDs, DVDs, pen drive, and all of that to basically store my data, and then like and I always used to face challenge whenever I want to share the data between like my family. I need to go to them, like I need to hand over the pen drive, I need to hand over the CDs and DVDs. And at the same time, if my pen drive is full, I need to go to the market, purchase a new pen drive. If my pen drive is lost, all the data is lost. So because of this disadvantages, I moved to cloud, and I use drive right nowadays, and I use Google Photos. I upload everything over there. And if you think about, like, nowadays we don't use pen drive, if you see, right? Because it's easy to it's not easy to maintain our data, it's not easy to share, it's not easy to collaborate. That is why every individual is moving to the cloud, and hence every company is also moving to the cloud because it's easy. So suppose the cloud is basically easy to maintain, easy to collaborate, right? Easy to implement. That is why every individual is moving to the cloud. Okay. So that is the benefit of the cloud. Now, what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using, so suppose back in 2012 or 13, I used to go to an internet provider, used to pay them like 20 rupees an hour and used to use some sort of a internet in their computer, right? And then sometimes I use some softwares in their computer to like make some PPTs or slides and all of that. So now if you think about it, cloud is nothing but beside that. Okay, so what you're doing here, you are basically using some sort of a remote servers provided by not a cyber like internet cafe, but rather than that, Amazon, Microsoft, GCP. Okay, so what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is nothing but the practice of using a network of remote server hosted on the internet to store, manage, and process data rather than your local computer. So you're not using your local computer, but rather than that, you're using the computer of the internet providers. That is what you're doing. Okay, which is in case Amazon, Microsoft, GCP, VMware, Alibaba. These are the internet providers, or the sorry, virtual machines provider, hardware providers, which providing you the hardware, and then you're using that particular hardware to basically code, to basically store the data, right? That is what you're doing. Okay, so that is what the cloud computing is. Okay, now like I think it's this is clear, right? So this is clear that hey, why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure. So let's try to understand why Azure. Suppose there are many clouds, AWS, GCP, VMware, why I should learn only Azure, right? So let's try to understand this now. So now if I try to explain this, right, um, for example, uh, like I have many friends who are working in Amazon and GCP, and whenever I discuss with them, hey, do you use a Microsoft product? They say that, hey, we try to build everything in-house, but still we use a Microsoft product because they offer very good corporate products, such as they have Office, right? So Microsoft has a very good penetration in corporate world. That is why Microsoft has a edge over other clouds. Secondly, Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI, ChatGPT, and all of us are using ChatGPT in day-to-day work nowadays. So that is why Microsoft has a second edge, right? And at the same time, they have a unmatched security compliance. They have a hybrid cloud, multi-cloud integration. They have a flexible pricing. They have a scalable data lake analytics, right? They have Synapse, they have Fabric, right? All of that advantage is also there, right? But suppose all the clouds are good, but I am bit biased here because I am here, like I am working in Azure cloud from past 9 years now. um and then like whenever I wanted to switch a job in India multiple times, like 5 to 10 LPA, it's not like I from college itself I got a fancy package of like some sort of like 50, 60 LPA, 70 LPA. It's not like that. I got a very basic pilot package in college, like 2, 3 LPA or 4 LPA kind of, and then I switched multiple job from 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 10 to 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, and all of that I have done. And also I try to find a job from India to Germany, right? That also I have done, right? So now whenever you want to find a job, it's always a challenge, right? It's not like I also find a job in very easy manner that I applied a job and I got a job, something like this. But rather than that, I given an interview, 3, 4 interviews, and then I cracked a job and then I switched the job, right? This is what I've done. But what is more important is whenever you want to switch, are you getting interview calls so that you are getting an opportunity and then you can switch, right? That is more important. So now, no matter in which particular job I wanted to switch in Azure data engineering, I always got an opportunity. And I'm very, very sure that today, if I want to go to any other country, like if I want to go to Dubai, if I want to go to like US, if I want to go back to India, I will not struggle to find a job in Azure data engineering. That I will not struggle. That I'm very, very sure about. And why I'm sure, because if you go to some Naukri.com, don't believe me, don't believe anyone, right? You just go and see practically. For example, if I go over here, if I search Azure data engineering job, right, you will see all of these jobs over here, right? So you can see all these jobs for different salary bracket, for different locations, right? That you will see, and then you can see how many jobs are there. And similarly, you can search for Data Factory, Databricks. You can search for Data Factory as well, and then see the job. You can see search for Databricks as well. You can see the job, right? So there are many job openings which is present in the market which you can apply, and hence I feel that Azure has a good future, right? So whatever used to happen on premise now happens in the cloud, right? That is why Azure, or in general, the Azure has a good future. Okay. Now, like if I try to again go into the slide, right? Why Azure, that we have understood, right? Now let's try to understand why and what of data engineering, right? So hey, cloud is good, Azure is good. So let's try to understand what is data engineering. So sometimes there's a confusion, because sometimes people say that, hey, I want to learn data engineering, but they are confused. Hey, whether I should learn Power BI, whether I should learn admin, whether I should learn VNet or subnet or like networking or like intra and all of that. Sometimes they feel that I should learn like DevOps. Sometimes they feel that can I learn Power BI. So there are some sort of a confusion around data engineering. Few people are clear about it, right? So I want to make it very, very clear what you need to focus on, rather than focusing on 10 things, multiple things, and then confusing yourself, right? You can learn many things, guys, but it's, to be very, very honest, when you're doing a full-time job, right? Or when you are like starting to learn something new, it is very difficult to just like learn and adapt a new technology. So it's very important for you to clearly understand, clearly list down two, three things to learn, and then learn it fully, right? Because this is how you switch. Okay, this is how you basically can switch. And if you list down 10 technology, right, I can teach you 10 technology, but question is, can you learn 10 technology? That is the question, because you need to invest time to learn in learning all those things, right? So just like focus on learning important things rather than focusing on learning many things, right? So now let's try to first understand what is data engineering, and then we'll understand what to focus on. Okay. All right. So what is data engineering? So now I will pull up another slide for this, right? Give me a moment. All right. So now I will try to give an example to make it very, very clear what is data engineering. Okay. So suppose like I wanted to, like, suppose I opened a retail store in India at different locations. Suppose I opened a retail store in Bangalore, I opened retail store in Mumbai, I opened retail store in in Pune, right? And I said few of my friends to handle that retail store. Suppose I told Mumbai friend to store that in SharePoint. I told like Hyderabad people to store that in Oracle, because they know Oracle, right? So there are different locations in which they store the data. Now, after 2 to 3 years, I told my friends that, hey, you upload the data in the cloud so that I can aggregate the data, right? uh Now, like if I want to aggregate data, this is what I want to do, right? Now after that, like they upload it and then I aggregated the data, right? But next day I again want to calculate total sales, right? I want to do it automated manner daily. So they cannot upload the data at a particular time in a cloud location. I cannot run the aggregated query so that I can see the dashboard, right? I can see the dashboard. I can just analyze the data. So this is what I want to do, right? So now, to automate this process, to do it on daily manner, to upload the data daily, right, at a particular location and do the analysis on top of it, it's very you cannot like do it manually. For that you need some sort of a pipeline, and then this is where the data engineering will help you. Okay. So suppose like there are different roles in the cloud, right? For example, like to solve this problem, there should be some sort of architecture diagram, right? For example, like there will be some sort of architecture diagram like this. That, hey, this is the architecture diagram which can solve that particular problem, right? So suppose this is the architecture diagram which can solve this problem, right? So first, will somebody will make architecture diagrams to solve this problem. That will be the solution architect. Data engineer will not design the solution architect. So solution architecture, right? So data engineer will not decide whether to go for Azure, AWS, or GCP. The data engineer job is to really work on development task, right? So now first the solution architect will decide that, hey, this is how we need to develop these things, right? And then he will decide the architecture diagram. For example, like if I show you, so these are the different roles. Suppose you have a requirement, solution architect will design the architecture diagram, and then you have a data analyst and data scientist who will work on data analysis ultimately, right? So suppose once the data is moved to the cloud, they will do the data analysis. They will make the Power BI a dashboard, right? Data scientists will work on the predictive analytics. For example, if I want to understand total sales today, the data analyst will work. If I want to understand future sales, data scientists will work. Data engineer will provide the data. So what data engineer will do? Data engineer will create a pipeline to move the data over here from the cloud, from the source to the cloud, automated manner daily, transform the data to make it ready, right? That is what the data engineer will do. And data analyst will create a dashboard. This is what the data analyst will do, right? And then you have a Azure admin who will take care of infrastructure, security, and all of that, right? Data engineer will not take care of it. Data engineer job is to do two things only: extract and transform. So data engineer will work on data extraction, means data movement, data transformation. Data movement, data transformation. So if somebody asks you what data engineer do, data engineer job is to do two things: data extraction, data movement, data extraction and data transformation. These are the two jobs of data engineer. Okay, data movement and data transformation. Okay, so data, he will move the data and also he will transform the data to make it ready for Power BI. Okay, so what is the job of a data engineer? Data engineer job is to find right data for data and engineer, data analyst and data scientist, develop a ETL pipeline, maintain the data marts, monitor the data pipelines are running fine or not, ensure that data quality is good. For example, like the most important job of a data engineer is to make sure the data quality which you are delivering is good, right? No matter how fancy your code is, no matter how best or how cost optimized pipeline you are just like creating, if your data quality itself is not good, like like it's, you're not fulfilling your job, right? So basically, right, so the data engineer job is, first job is to make sure that code quality is good or data quality is good, right? And then make sure that, like, hey, you are enhancing your pipeline daily, implementing data governance policies, right? That is the job of a data engineer. What data engineer will not do? ML reports. This is a job of a data scientist. Creating reports and dashboard. This is a job of a data analyst. Maintaining CI/CD pipeline. This is a job of a DevOps engineer. Designing the front end application. This is a job of a web developer or web designer, right? Writing code and operations outside, so mobile development. This is again like a front end developer job, right? And then handling infrastructure and security. This is a job of a architect or a Azure admin, right? So you should be very, very clear what is data engineering. In few of the job role, you'll see that, hey, they have written admin, they have written VNet, like, so, but don't learn that right now, right? So I'm telling you why, because I have, by myself, I have learned only data engineering across my career, because in the job I have focused on data engineering itself, and I'm able to switch the multiple jobs, right? Now you, out of 100 job, probably like in 90 you will get 10 to 15 job there, they will tell you to do everything, right? But consider those jobs are not for you, because it's like you need to prepare for majority of a job rather than preparing for all the jobs, because you cannot prepare for all the jobs, right? So you need to really focus on learning important tools rather than learning many things, because if you learn on, you cannot learn many things, I'm telling you. Okay, so what is data engineering? Data engineering is data extraction and data transformation. What is data extraction? Data extraction is nothing but data movement. Data transformation is transforming the data. Okay, that is what the data engineering is. All right. Now, what are the tools to learn to basically do this? Okay, so suppose like here you can see, um, like over here, data extraction can be done by using Data Factory and Synapse Analytics and also Fabric. Data transformation can be done using Databricks, SQL stored position, and ADF flows. The data, this tools can be used to do data transformation. Okay. So what are the tools you should focus on? You should really focus on these tools, right? Like you should really focus on Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, Data Lake, SQL DB, DevOps. Okay, these are the really important tools to focus on. And if you tell me, Abhishek, like, please tell me the tools which is very, very important: Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB. If you really focus on these three tools, then your job is done. Okay. Because using Data Factory, you can do data transformation. Sorry, using Data Factory, you can do data movement. Using Databricks and SQL DB, you can do data transformation. Okay. So these are the really important tools which you should focus on, right? And if you want to learn like then Synapse, Fabric, all of that is built on top of it, right? If you know Data Factory, if you know Databricks, if you know SQL DB, you can easily work with Synapse, you can easily work with Fabric. So what to focus on? Data movement, data transformation. And for data movement, what to focus on? Data factory. For data transformation, what to focus on? SQL DB and Databricks. Okay. All right. Now let's move ahead. Okay. So now let's see how does data factory looks? How does Databricks look? What is the significance of Databricks? What is the significance of SQL DB? Let's try to understand this. Okay. So now if I open data factory, for example, if I open data factory, now as I was explaining this in this slide, as I was explaining this in this slide, data factory helps you to move the data from here to here, right? So let me show you this. How does it happens? So in data factory, what you can do, you can create a pipeline here. You can put a copy data activity, right? And then you can create your source, you can create your sink, and then you can move your data from source to sink. This is what you can do, right? So source as in like from where you want to get the data, sink as in where from where you want to move the data. Okay. This is what you can do in data factory. In data factory, you don't need to write any code. Okay. It's a no code machine. So you don't need to write any code here. Okay. And here you can move the data from source to sink. This is what you can do. Okay. So it's a no code machine where you don't need to write any code. You can configure and you can make pipelines here. Okay. The data movement pipeline that you can create. Now, if you want to transform your data, transform means if you want to join the data, do aggregation and all of that, you can do it in your SQL database, right? In your Azure SQL database, you can do the transformation using SQL servers. You see SQL engine, right? Azure SQL database. You can do the transformation over here. You can write the SQL queries. You can do the transformation over here. That is what you can do, right? So you can like run the SQL query, you can do some transformation over here, you're running a SQL query, right? But now when your data size increases, for example, if you want to transform like many tables, or if you want to transform the big amount of data, in that case, SQL is single machine processing. For example, there is only one machine. Suppose my computer itself is doing the processing. But if you want to do multiple computing processing, then the Spark basically does the distributed computing, right? What does it mean? What does that mean, right? It basically means that in Spark you can whenever you want to compute, whenever you want to transform the data, Spark divide your data to different machines and then processing happens. For example, if I want to do 2 minus 2, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 1, if I put to the master node, it will divide the data into different workers and then processing will happen, which will do the processing faster. That is why Spark is important. Okay, that is why Spark is important, because it's divide the data into different machine and then processing happens. For example, if I want to count a box of coin and if I divide this particular box of coin between my friends, then the counting will be faster, right? Similarly, if I want to prepare some food for my dinner, right? And if I have 2 to 3 people helping me, then the food can be cooked, like the whole menu can be prepared very easily, right? So this is just like Spark does the distributed computing. For example, if you go to Databricks, right? If I show you how does the Databricks look, um, so suppose if I try to, I think I deleted the Databricks space, so I won't be able to show you how does it look, but like, uh, let me check if some sort of a community edition is there, so I can show you that. Okay, so if I go to compute over here, create a compute. Till the time it's starting, let me show you a few other things, right? So in Databricks, right? So suppose um, so Databricks is basically best for data warehousing, data engineering, stream analytics, data science, and ML. So suppose this in Databricks, like um, in Databricks, you can ideally do data warehousing, you can do data engineering, you can do stream processing, you can do data science and ML as well. And it is built by creators of Apache Spark itself, right? Suppose the Apache Spark, which is the open source framework. So if I go to Spark Wiki, it is an open source framework. So for example, you can do distributed computing in my computer as well. I can do in Fabric as well. I can do in Synapse as well. I can do in Databricks as well. I can do, right? In all of those places, I can do distributed computing that I can do, right? But Databricks is created by creators of Apache Spark itself. If I go to Databricks, right, it is basically created by the creators of Apache Spark. So it's much more mature tool when you want to do distributed computing. Okay, so the Databricks is much more mature tool, and here you can do many things. Here you can basically do the data science. You can do warehousing. You can do simple analytics. You can do warehousing as well. And now as the data size is increasing, right, everybody wants to do the big data processing. And for that, Spark is a distributed computing framework. And then Databricks is the best source to do the processing because Databricks is created by creators of Apache Spark. Okay. Now, just in summary, right, data engineering is nothing but data transformation and data movement. Okay. Data transformation you can do in SQL or you can do in Databricks by using Spark, which is a distributed computing framework. And Spark you can run in Fabric, Synapse, everywhere else as well. Okay. All right. Now I will write summary so that you are like not lost and you're with me so that everything is understood. Okay. So let me write summary. All right. So what are the things we have understood till now? Right. We basically understood what is cloud? Like what is cloud? What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but like easy to share the data, easy to collaborate, and easy to maintain, right? That is why we are like why cloud? Okay, why cloud? What is cloud? You are using not your computer but hardware or a computer for of cloud service provider, hardware or computer of cloud service provider. And pay as you go means as much as you use it you need to pay for it. Okay. Then we understood why Azure, because because chat gpt Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI, chat gpt and all of that. And then every company uses a Microsoft product. Okay. And then we understood like what is data engineering. Data engineering is nothing but what is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but data movement and then data transformation. Movement you can do using Data Factory, which is an important tool to learn. And then you have like Synapse, Fabric. If you learn in Data Factory, you can learn with in this as well. Data transformation you can do in using SQL or Spark. Okay, Spark uses multiple machine. SQL uses single machine, right? Single machine. And if you learn Spark, right, you can implement those knowledge in Databricks as well, Fabric as well, Synapse as well. So Spark knowledge is useful in Databricks, in Fabric, in Synapse, in AWS Glue, wherever you want to use Spark, you can do that, right? But suggestion is to learn in Databricks because Databricks is created by learn this because it is created by creators of Apache Spark. Now to learn Data Factory, there is no coding required, no code required because here you don't need to write any code, no code required for this. Okay. But to learn data transformation, right, either in SQL or Python, in data transformation, you need to know SQL or Python. SQL or Python. Okay, you need to know either one of them to learn data transformation, to learn data transformation. Okay, all right. Uh, all right, but if you learn Databricks, those knowledge can be applied everywhere else. It's universal, right? And then to learn movement, you can learn only Data Factory, right? And then no code is required for that. Okay. Now let's go back to the agenda, right? And then the slides which I was presenting, right? Coding is required for factory, no. For Databricks, SQL, yes, right? Who can learn? Anybody can learn this, right? So suppose a fresher can also learn it. 5 years of experience can also learn it. More than 5 years of experience guy can also learn it. And there are different career paths which you can follow to learn this, right? So let me explain this now. What I mean by different career path you can follow. For example, like if you want to learn like Azure, sorry, if you are a, let me write it here so that you're not getting confused. For example, like if you don't know, know SQL or Python, right? Any one of them, right? Or if you don't know both or both, right? Then you can start with Data Factory, right? You can start with Data Factory and then we recommend a Azure data engineering course for you. Start with Data Factory, right? If you don't know this. Why we suggest this? Because here you don't need to write any code, right? In Data Factory, you don't need to write code. And then we recommend you to start with this course, right? Because in this course, right, we no coding is required. 3 years of experience it will give you. Basic knowledge of SQL and Python is not required for this. This is a correction, right, which I told my developer to remove it, right? This is not required. No coding is required. It will provide you the 3 years of experience, right? And what will be taught in this particular course? In this particular course, we will be teaching you basics of Azure. We will be teaching you blob-based data lake storage. We will be teaching you Data Factory, how to copy the data, how to do the recursive of copy, how to do the full load, how to do the delta load, how to do the parameterization, right? And then Databricks basic like read write, which you can just understand by very basic coding knowledge, and we will explain you this. Then how to do the if-else activity, triggers, synapse, right? Key vault, data warehousing concepts, right? Some SQL concept, right? And then very basics of SQL is required, and then along the course as well, we'll guide you how you can learn SQL, like basic SQL, right? And then email alert, Fabric, all of that we will teach you. And then we will teach you three projects, right? Data Factory projects, Databricks project, and Synapse project, okay? So in this particular course, we will basically, we recommend Azure data engineering course for you. Here we will teach you Data Factory, basic to advanced, Databricks, basic to mid, Synapse and Fabric, and Logic App, Key Vault, storage, Logic App, sorry, storage. Okay, and then we will also teach you warehousing concept. All of that we will teach you, and then we will teach you three projects. Okay, and then we don't expect you know some sort of a coding. If you are from sales background, marketing background, any background, you can join this Azure Data Engineering course and learn this, right? Now, if you say that Abhishek, like I know coding, I know SQL or Python, right? Any one of them if you know, then you can start with Azure Databricks and Spark. Okay, Azure Databricks and Spark. Why? Because here this is a very important tool to learn when you want to do big data processing. And now big data, the big data requirements are increasing nowadays. So we recommend you to start with this course. Reason being that you know the coding, right? So here we will be focusing, and then here the basic knowledge about SQL and Python is required. We will do three projects. It gives you 3 years of experience, right? And then in this particular course, we will be focusing on Databricks and Spark, right? And then we will learn Databricks and Spark fully, right? And this course is capable enough to make you a big data engineer, or that kind of a role also you can apply. And the kind of a knowledge which you're getting here, the Spark knowledge is universal. You can use that knowledge in Synapse, in Fabric, everywhere else. So that is why we recommend you to start with this course. Here we teach you Databricks Spark architecture, Databricks workspace, Databricks cluster administration, RDD data frame API, Spark API, conversion of pandas to PySpark, common transformation techniques, table manipulation, CSV JSON processing, right? Azure DevOps, right? And then like JDBC connector, Databricks CLI, Unity Catalog SCD implementation, Lakehouse Medallion architecture, Spark optimization, UDF Catalyst optimizer, directed acyclic graph, handling complex JSON, predicate projection, push down, repartition, coalesce, case persist, handling skewed join, salting, short merge join, broadcast join, dynamic partition pruning, right? And then we will be teaching Spark and Databricks, right? So now the Spark knowledge is, this course is based upon 60 to 70% of Spark. So once you learn Spark, that knowledge is universal. So you can learn, you can implement those knowledge in like Azure Databricks, AWS Databricks, GCP Databricks, doesn't matter. That kind of a knowledge can also be used in on-premises Spark processing, right? So it will make you capable enough to do any sort of a job related to Databricks and Spark. Here we will be learning two architecture diagrams. This is the first architecture diagram and this is the second architecture diagram. So this is what we will be teaching you. And we will teach you both the architecture diagram because we want to teach you how the architecture has evolved. For example, like previously we had like we had like this kind of architecture diagram, the 1980 architecture diagram, and then this is a data lake architecture diagram. Now currently there is a lake house architecture diagram, right? So we will be teaching you this lake house architecture diagram, and then like we will be also teaching you the data lake architecture diagram so that you know both of the architecture diagram and you are understanding how the architecture has evolved. Okay, this is what we will be teaching you. Okay. Now somebody says that, hey Abhishek, like I am an experienced guy, right? I am an Informatica developer or I'm an experienced guy, right? And now I want to learn both in detail, right? So this we recommend to all the people who are experienced, right? For example, like uh, so like here we will learning Spark basic to advanced in Azure Databricks and Spark basic to advanced and Databricks as well, right? Now anybody who is experienced, for example, like 4 years of experience or 5 years of experience, should learn both of them, because when you are more experienced your expectation increases. Then you should learn, like you should take a combined course, right? Combined course, what I mean by combined courses, like you should take this particular course in which you learn both of them, right? So here you learn about like you learn about Azure data engineering as well, right? You learn about data factory in detail. You learn about warehousing in detail, right? And then you do 3 projects. Then you learn Databricks as well in detail, and then you do two projects, right? So we recommend you this course. This course is a 4-month course, and we recommend you this particular course, right? And then like you can learn everything. You can basically go end to end. You can learn everything, right? That is what you can do. Okay. So we will be recommending this course for you. Okay. Now, whatever we are learning, right? Whatever we are learning, we will be practicing everything in portal.azure.com. Okay. So now sometimes there's a question, how do we practice? Where do we practice, right? So you will be practicing always in the portal.azure.com. Here you will be practicing all of your classes, right? So Azure gives you a 1 month of free subscription, right? So suppose 1 month you can practice in Azure for free, right? And after 1 month, you can create your another account by using another credit card, right? Another email ID, another phone number. If you want to mitigate that cost, you can upgrade your account to pay as you go, and then that will cost you 1,000 rupees, 500 to 1,000 rupees a month. That's all, right? And you can easily manage in that particular amount. So, for example, if you're taking 4 months of course, 1 month you can learn for free, and for 3 months you can probably, if you want to manage it, you can create every month a new account, or else you can just upgrade your account to pay as you go, and you can practice. So whatever classes and whatever implementation we will be doing, we will be able to do all the implementation over here, right? So here we will be practicing everything, right? And then we will be learning everything, right? All right. Okay, so let me go to the slide and then let's understand. Where to practice, course and projects, everything I have covered till here, right? So suppose let's try to begin from the beginning. Why cloud? Because easy to maintain, easy to share. What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're using someone else's computer, you're paying for it. Why Azure? Every company uses a Microsoft product. Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI. What is data engineering? Data engineering nothing but data transformation and data movement. For data movement, focus on data factory. For data transformation, focus on SQL and Databricks. For data factory, you don't need coding. For Databricks and SQL, you need coding, either SQL or Python. Why I'm saying either SQL and Python? Because Spark can be written in both of the language. For example, if you know Spark, like if I go to Spark, it is a multi-language. So either you can write in Python, either you can write in SQL. So if you know either one of the language, you can easily manage. And also nowadays there is a chat GPT support. There is like Gemini support over here in Databricks, right? So you can use this support, and then you can also develop using Gemini as well. If you know SQL, you can convert your code to Python, right? Very easily. So there's not a problem. If you know one code, you can easily manage with that. Okay. But to learn Databricks, to learn SQL processing, you need one of the language. Okay. All right. Now who can learn? Anybody can learn. Fresher can, if they know coding, they can go with Databricks. If they don't know coding, they can go with Data Factory. If you have a 2 years of experience, you can either learn Data Factory, either learn Databricks. If you have more than 5 years of experience or 2 to 3 years of experience, learn both, because it's better you learn both because you're an experienced guy. Where to practice? You'll be practicing in Azure subscription, which you'll get 1 month for free, and after that you can upgrade your account to pay as you go. This is what you can do. Okay. Now let me show you the like the learning path. How does the learning path look so that you're fully onboarded? For example, if I show the learning path, right, as in the beginning, what I have told you that we will be learning real-time project with the mentors who are currently working in the industry, right? And then we will be helping you in the interview preparation, mock interview, right? So let me show you all of this. Now, if you see every class, there is a homework. After every class, there is a homework. So class by class, in the class one, we will tell you the problem statement, and a class by class, we will build project. And after eight class, one project is project we are trying to build everything in front of you. Sometimes people say that, hey, how you are able to build project in like 12 classes, 13 classes, right? So suppose in every class we are doing everything in front of you without any error. So it's just like 9 to 10 hours or 9 to 15 hours of implementation without any error in front of you to implement the project. So but when I have done this project in my company, I took like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 10 weeks or like 4 months to develop a particular project because I need to figure out things. I'm dependent on the teams. Here, you're not dependent on the teams. Everything is figured out. That is why I'm able to implement it, and then you need to replicate in your scenario. So idea is you come to the class, you listen to us, you try to implement it by yourself rather than listening to us, copying by watching our video. This we don't expect you to do. Rather than that, you learn from us and then you like basically understand the problem statement, you see how we are doing it, and then you implement it by yourself, right? Then class by class, we are again building project. We are trying to understand data frame API, transformation actions, handling complex JSON, read CSV, cluster management, Spark UI, Spark optimization, directory recycling graph, predicate push down. And for every class, we have a like materials to learn with, right? And then after all the classes are done, we are telling you again the project implementation end to end in front of you we are doing. And after all these classes are done, we are telling you the what are the scenario based question can be asked, what the production issue can be raised, right? And then we are telling you how to introduce yourself, how to explain a project, how to optimize a Naukri.com, how to optimize a LinkedIn. We are giving you a project explanation. Then we are giving you a sample resume. Then we are giving you the topic wise interview question, company wise interview question so that you are fully prepared. So for example, we are basically doing first like projects, right? Projects. Then we are helping you to write this project in your resume, projects to resume. Then we are helping you to build your resume, build resume. Then we are giving you interview question to prepare for the interviews. Then we take a mock interview so that you are fully prepared. That too, we are giving a 7 days refund policy and then price guarantee, right? Price match guarantee. Okay. Now, how it is better than YouTube or any sort of a learning platform? Because if you go to YouTube, right? If I just go to YouTube, right? Over here, you will find many courses or many like Azure Data Engineering playlist. Those courses and things are very good, right? But you cannot interact with them. You cannot like get the sample data. You if you get the sample data as well, like you cannot understand end to end, and then you cannot understand that how the project can be developed. You cannot interact with the tutor, right? They will not listen and understand and make your resume accordingly. So we will help you end to end to do things. So we will help you to do projects, write your project, then prepare for the interview. We'll take a mock interview, right? All of that we will help you. So I will be there with you and Sankha Das will be there with you till the time you get a job, right? It's not like 2 months, 4 months, but till the time you get a job, we will be there. We will be with you. We will be assisting you. Okay. All right. So now let's try to summarize things so that it's very, very clear for everyone, right? So now I will try to summarize things. So we have this Azure Data Engineering course, right? It will provide you 3 years of experience. Sometimes people ask that, hey, what does it mean? 3 years of experience, what does it mean? For example, if I am working as a Power BI developer and it has been 5 years I am working as a Power BI developer and I want to switch and my salary is 10 LPA for now, right? I am working as a Power BI developer, and I have 5 years of experience, right? And I'm expecting like 20 LPA, for example, right? So what I will do, I will put like 2 years of experience in Power BI development and 3 years of experience I will put in Azure Data Engineering by learning Azure Data Engineering course. And then I will go to the market and I will try to apply for the jobs, right? So I will say that in my current company, I worked as a Power BI developer, then I got a project and then I delivered this projects in my company itself. Why we are telling in this current company itself, right? Because it gives more weightage to the interview, right? So that is why we are telling it. This is nothing wrong you're doing. Reason being that you're giving interviews, you're answering all the interview question, and then once you go to the job, you will be able to do the job. It's just like you're not doing these projects in the company, you're doing the projects with us. That is completely fine because we are also working professional ultimately, right? And if you want to be really like, hey, I don't want to write like this, so you can also write that you have done the freelancing project as well. But sometimes people don't like consider that too much, right? So we really suggest that you write like this so that it gives some more weightage to you, right? And many people are doing that, so it's completely fine. Here we will be teaching you ADF, Databricks, Synapse, Fabric, right? And then ADF you learn basic to advanced, you learn Databricks, you learn Synapse, you learn Fabric. 3 projects you learn. You will learn about full load, delta load. You will do one project in ADF, one project in Databricks, one project in Synapse, right? You will gain 3 years of experience. Who can do this, right? Anybody can do this. You learn from the scratch. You can expect up to 15 to 20 LPA by doing this particular course, right? This course like already started. It has been only 2 3 classes already completed, right? Like only 3 classes are completed. Half of the things I already told you. Once you enroll for this course, I will send you 3 recordings. Next class is on 30th of October, right? Which is on after one day. And the timings will be in the morning 8:30 a.m. IST, 2 months only weekdays. Okay, every day the class will happen, right? Me and Sankha Das will be teaching this particular course. 8:30 a.m. IST will be the timing. Okay. Now, if you want to, if you, and then this course is for anyone who doesn't know coding, right? Now, if you say that Abhishek, I know SQL, I know Python, then you can start with Databricks and Spark. Here also you learn, you gain 3 years of experience. We'll be teaching you Databricks basic to advanced. We'll be teaching you Spark basic to advanced, Unity catalog, modeling architecture. Number of projects is 3. You can apply any job related to Databricks. You will learn Spark architecture, which is universal. You learn about Unity catalog modeling architecture. You'll gain 3 years of experience, right? And then the basic knowledge of SQL and Python is required for this particular course, right? LPA means you can target like 15 to 20 lakh package, lakh per annum. LPA means lakh per annum. Okay. Means yearly this much package you can target. Okay. So now, like how much experience you can target, you can gain 3 years of experience. You can get basic knowledge about SQL and Python. You can crack up to 15 to 20 lakh per annum LPA package. This course will start from 11th of November, 8:30 p.m. IST. So this will be the evening batch, 8:30 p.m. IST, and I will be the only tutor for this particular course. Okay. All right. Now we have a combined course, right? So suppose somebody says that Abhishek, I am a experienced guy, right? I am a basically a experienced guy, right? And I want to learn both of this. Then you can take a combined course, right? So you'll gain 5 years of experience. You'll learn ADF, you'll learn Databricks, you'll learn Synapse, you'll learn warehousing, right? You'll do 6 projects with us. You learn about data migration, full load, delta load, everything you learn. You learn about data factory, you learn about Databricks, right? Who can do this? Anybody can do this. If you have more salary expectation above 15 to 20 LPA, then you can go for this particular course. Okay. So this particular course has both of the timing, right? So you have a morning time, you have an evening time as well. In the morning, we will learn Azure Data Engineering first, and then we will go with Databricks and Spark. In the evening, we will learn Databricks and Spark first, and then we will go with Azure Data Engineering. Okay, so you can enroll for any of the batch, right? Either morning or evening. Okay, and that you can do. Okay. So the morning batch is started already. It will run for 30th of October, and evening batch is 11th of November, right? It will start in some days. The evening batch will start in 11th of November. Okay, that is what it will start. Okay. Now the summary about everything. Okay, so now as the data engineering course is for anyone who doesn't have any coding. If you know coding, go with Databricks and Spark, right? And then both of the courses will provide you 3 years of experience. Combined course for is for anyone who is an experienced guy, right? And then you can target more than 15 to 20 LPA if you go for a combined course. If your salary expectation is up to 15 to 20 LPA, then you can go with either one of the course. If you know coding, if you don't know coding, you can choose accordingly. Okay, now for Azure Data Engineering course, we have a morning batch, as I told you, right? We have a morning batch for Azure Data Engineering course, right? Morning batch. For Databricks and Spark, we have an evening batch. For combined course, you can join either morning or evening. In morning batch, we'll learn Azure Data Engineering first, then we will learn this. In evening, we'll learn this, and then we will learn this, right? Both course can be learned like individually without any problem, right? So both course has been made in such a way that you will be learning everything from the scratch. So there's no problem with that. Okay. All right. So if morning is suitable, go for like morning batch. If evening is suitable, go for a evening batch, right? The evening batch will be taught by me completely. Morning batch will be taught by Sankha Das and me both, right? All right. So now, if you're looking for the enrollment, right? So the if you want to enroll for the course, right, based upon like what I have discussed, then this is the offer which we are doing. Azure Data Engineering course, you can join from 30th of October morning 8:30 a.m. IST. The original price is 20,000 rupees. You can get in 17,000 rupees. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now, and rest you can pay after 1 week. For Azure Databricks and Spark course, it will start from 11th of November. Evening 8:30 p.m. IST will be the timing. Original price is 20,000 rupees. In today's demo, we are giving in 17,000 rupees. You can pay 10,000 rupees now, rest 7,000 rupees after 1 week. For combined course, so both of the courses 20,000 rupees. For combined course, the original price is 40,000 rupees, but you can get the combined course in 30,000 rupees. Either you can join morning or evening batch. You need to pay 20,000 rupees now, rest after 1 week. Okay. Now, if you are looking for the pre-recorded material, all the courses is available in the website in 10% discount after the demo for today, right? For today, it is available in the website. So you can purchase on the website directly. Okay. All right. Now I will be sending the payment link in the chat. You guys can go and enroll, right? And then if you have any question, we'll discuss that after that. Okay, give me a moment. All right, you can use the payment link which I have given in the chat and then you can enroll. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me. Give me a moment. I think somebody is typing the questions, so I will just like answer those questions. And also I will give you the unmute option so that you can directly ask question to me. All right, anybody has any question, guys, which you want to ask me? Let me read few questions. Someone say that we have to do as data analyst first, and after we get a data engineering job. Like it's not really important that like you need to do data analysis job before like to start with data engineering. It's not like that, right? If you do that, it give you it's bad. It's sometimes it helps you, right? You know data, you have a data understanding, and then you're doing a data engineering. But I have taught or I have by myself, I first started with data engineer itself. I haven't worked much on the data analysis part, right? But I started a data engineer job itself. But suppose if you have some sort of data analysis experience already, it might help you, but it's not important. It's not mandatory. Okay. All right. Anybody has any question, guys? If you want to ask me, you can just tell me, right? I will answer those questions. You can unmute yourself and ask question. I have given you unmute option. Anybody has any question, guys? You can unmute yourself and ask question if you have any question. Please go ahead. Anybody has any question, guys?
Hi,
Yeah,
Abhishek.
thank you.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek, for very detailed presentation and
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
clear. But I just want you keep on speaking about 3 years experience, 5 years experience, getting me confused. Are you saying that when you go through these 2 months of training,
Mhm.
it's equivalent to 3 years experience, and you
Yes.
keep on using the word 20 LPA? I don't know what the LPA stand for, equivalent. So
Yeah.
I just want to
So,
understand how.
okay, fine. So your point is really valid. LPA means lakh per annum. So I am talking in terms of India. You are based out of which country?
Based in
Like,
Africa, specifically. I mean, I've joined from Swaziland right now.
uh-huh.
But I
So,
am I've taken courses from LIPS, I've taken the SQL. I'm
mhm,
currently doing the AWS engineering, data engineering. So
mhm.
I'm just exploring things right now.
Yeah, so
And
if I give you the like some sort of understanding, what I mean by LPA is lakh per annum. Like it is basically the salary range which I am telling that this is a salary range which you can target. For example, like if you go for a combined course, you can target up to 120K dollars per year. This is what I am trying to just say. So so this dollar, if it like you understand dollars, right, in terms of dollars, so I can talk with you in terms of dollars, right? So you can target more salary when you go for a combined course. You can target more higher package by when you do a combined course. This is what I want to explain. Is it clear for you now? Is it clear for you now?
yes, it's clear now. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Anybody has any question, guys, which you want to ask me?
Yes, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Thank you for the session. I would like to know, is DSA mandatory for data engineering job and roles?
If you give like 20 interviews, one, two interview, they might ask you TSA, but it's not mandatory.
Got you. And you are not giving any training for DSA.
No, I'm not giving any training for DSA because, as I told you, it's not mandatory because in one, two interview, they might ask you, but we are preparing for 18 interviews, but not all the interview.
Got you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So my suggestion to you is don't start with DSA. Rather than that, learn Data Factory, learn Databricks, learn co-programming in general. But your point is right. If you want to really, really run programming in detail, learn from basics, then start with DSA. Spend 6 months in learning DSA, and then spend another 2 to 3 months to learn programming, and then become a proper programmer, and then try to learn Data Factory. So if you want to learn it from the basic, from the beginning, and if you have 1 year to do it, I will just probably suggest you start with DSA. Okay. But if you want to get a job quicker and then learn it after that, then I suggest you to basically start with some sort of a data transformation, learn how to do data transformation in general, and then you learn with Data Factory, Databricks, and then this is what I suggest you to have a quicker, like a job oriented learning. Okay.
Sure thing. And I'm preparing for a like certification from Google, like Google Cloud Data Practitioner. So
Uh-huh.
apart from that certificate, do you suggest any other certifications?
Um, like I can suggest you like if you are you can go for this if you want to go for Databricks and Spark, you can go for Databricks Associate Certification.
Got
Okay,
you. And
so yeah.
anything else?
Um, You can also go for Databricks Professional. So from Azure terms, if you're asking me, you can go for AZ 900. So you can go for this certification. Let me show you.
Sure.
So in Azure terms, you can go for AZ 900, DP 900. You can also go for Lakehouse Fundamental, the Data Engineer Associate, Azure Data Engineer Professional Certificate. All of the certificate you can do. And then this is not, Microsoft is not offering this, but you can go with all of the certificate like fundamental, data fundamental, and this is a path. First go for fundamental, data fundamental, lakehouse fundamental, associate, professional. And this is not like Microsoft is not offering this. They started fabric certification, but I don't suggest you to this. You can probably follow this path.
And Lakehouse Fundamentals, and is there a paid one? Lakehouse Fundamentals.
This one, no, it's not a paid one. You can just get it. Like you just need to invest like 3-4 hours learning, and you can get it. Like it's the free one. This one.
Okay, so which means initially I can focus on Lakehouse and then I
Yeah,
can
you
focus
can
on
learn.
the data.
Yeah, you can learn. You can get this. But like it is Databricks centric. This will teach you Azure fundamental. This will teach you Azure
Mhm.
fundamental. This will teach you from data fundamental. Like what are the basics? Data sources are there. Cosmos DB, different sources. This is just tell you the general about Databricks fundamental, right? And then you can go for a
Mhm.
paid one. Like all this paid one except this one. This is free.
Got you. Yep.
Okay. All
Thank you,
right.
Abhishek.
Anybody has any question, guys, which you want to ask?
Yeah, hi Abhishek. Vijay
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
actually,
Vijay.
currently I'm working on a different domain. Like I am working on a driverless cars technology,
Mm-hmm.
where I will be working in the MATLAB.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to transition into the Azure data engineer.
Mm-hmm.
What the challenges I will face, even if I attend the courses, because even if I attend the courses,
Mm-hmm.
uh, maybe I will stuck at few points when I really doing my data engineering job.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Yeah. So, like, what is your day-to-day role? Like, what you do generally in day-to-day job?
day-to-day job uh, I will be getting requirements or tickets from the client. I will be working on that. It's a kind of
Uh, uh,
developer plus debugging role.
okay, and what do you develop? Like, you
I will
try.
be
Yeah.
developing in the I am working in the ADAS domain.
Mm. Yeah. So
So
you write some code to develop, right? Or right?
no, it's a kind of drag and drop only, but
Hmm.
ultimately we will generate code.
Hmm. And then code is generated in which form? Like it's a JSON code or it's what kind of a code is
C
generated?
language, C code.
C language. Okay. So the challenges which you might face is after doing the course curriculum, right? You will be learning things, but you need to really give like 5-6 interviews, 7 interviews, because you are without expecting that you will get a job. Okay, so it's like
Hmm.
it's not like you basically learn with me, you go to job and you crack it. It's not like that, and none of the training can do that, right? So you really need to like give interview to understand how to answer questions in the interview and how to like make a storyline that hey, you were doing this job and then you basically learned, but you need to project as if you have done this, right? Because
Hmm.
you will do things with me rather than you are doing in the company, right? So you need to project, so you need to say that in confidently in the interview, and the confidence will come if you practice with me. And then
Okay.
you will basically 4 to 5 interviews you'll fail because you need to make a storyline that hey, I was doing this and then I have done this and I have actually done this by facing this particular problems, and I will tell you what are the problems you have faced. But people need to
Hmm.
adapt. They will not crack, but they need to adapt. So you will gain 6 to 7 interviews you need to give. Be patient, and once you give 6 7 interviews you will be able to like make a storyline, and you will be able to explain yourself, and this is how I will explain, and then you can crack a job. So the problem is when you're switching your profile, you will face in making a storyline as in how you came to Azure Data Engineering, that kind of a storyline you to make in the interview, and that will come by hit and trial how to project it. And second is gaining confidence in what you have done by practicing. So you need to really practice. And probably when you're doing a job, sometimes you face a when you're doing a job, you face a difficulty to do the practice as well. So suppose the second challenge is you need to really practice, right? So suppose if I'm teaching you for 1 hour, you need to devote 2 hours of time to practice. So if you do that regularly for 4 months, if you're going for a combined course, and then give 6 7 interviews, you will be able to switch.
Yeah, like that's fine. Like currently my package is around 13 LPA.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm,
So the
is it?
this 10 to 20 LPA is a very good salary bracket to switch, because here the more openings are there. So suppose like when you go to 5 LPA, 4 LPA, like company don't want to hire in this package because they feel that hey, these are really new people, right? So their openings are less. Now, when you go to 10 to 20 LPA, the openings are a bit more, like most of the openings are there in this. And then when you go to more package like 25, 30, 35, 40, the openings will be less. The openings are there, but will be less. So the graph is it will increase in 10, 20 LPA, it will decrease slightly, decrease, and then it will decrease 40, 45, 50, it will continuously decrease. Because yeah, so the product based company will offer this kind of a package. So this is how you need to but you are in very good salary bracket. If you switch, it will help you. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Abhishek. Thank you. Thank you for your
Uh,
patience.
all right. Anybody has any question, guys, which you want to ask me?
Hi, Abhishek Devraj here. Thank you for this session. I'm available after 6 p.m. onwards. If I enrolled for the Azure Databricks course, will you taught Azure Data Engineering fundamentals in the initial itself?
If you enroll for what Databricks
Azure,
course,
yes, yes.
I will teach you the fundamental, as in like what is storage, what is data lake, what is Databricks, what is data factory.
O-
All of that I will teach you.
Okay.
But I won't be
Right
teaching
now,
you like AZ 900 syllabus. That I won't be teaching you, because in
okay.
AZ 900 there are like Cosmo DB, there are like many things which they cover, which is not used in real-time project implementation. But I will be
Mm-hmm.
teaching you all the basics of Azure, which is required to basically crack job or learn it, right? Suppose what is public, private, hybrid cloud, what is cloud in general, what is
Okay.
intra ID. So what is like important that I will teach you, but I will not go into like AZ 900 syllabus, right? That I will not teach.
Okay. Okay. Can I, if I get enough knowledge on the Databricks and Spark related, can I show 3 years only based on this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Right
can
now,
show.
I was
So whatever
working
I
as a IT
whatever
support
I,
engineer for the past three
whatever
years.
I have written here is legitimate. So you can show 3 years of
Okay.
experience by doing this course, right? And why I'm saying
Oh,
that, suppose if somebody comes to me having I'm continuously taking an interview, and then if somebody says that I have 2 years of experience, but I know Databricks, I know Azure Data Engineering, I know Databricks Spark warehousing, ADF, Databricks Spark Unity Catalog, you can ask me anything, right? So like I'm bit I feel like, yeah,
what's
man,
your
yeah,
suggestion on this?
yeah.
What
Mhm. What's my
I
suggestion is
will be
what?
available on evening only. That's why I'm asking.
Go for combined course or Databricks Spark course.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Anybody has another question, guys, which you want to ask me?
Hi Abhishek.
Hmm.
So I'm having one question what is the difference between this recorded course and the live course of Databricks, which you have just shared the link? I mean, is
The recorded course is prior recorded given to you. You learn from the recording. You're not attending the class live, but it is a live recording. It is a recording of the live class, but you don't have a chance to attend the class live over there. Okay. And then in the live course, you can basically attend the classes live. That is the first difference. And then second difference is you will get a mock interview as well, so that like you can prepare for the interview. And when you're giving an interview, you can have a one-on-one call with me. You can discuss things with me. That kind of a support is there. Reason being, you're connecting with me regularly when you're doing a live class, so I know you in a better way. In the recording, we will make sure your doubts are clear. So we will add you to a recording group in which you can ask your doubt, you can clarify your doubt, you can connect with me one-on-one to clarify your doubt. So that kind of a support is there. So only difference is you are attending the class live in the live classes. In the recording, you're just getting the recording, and also in the live class, you're getting the support of a mock interview, getting to know yourself. Like in the interview, you can just have a call with me. Those kind of a support is there in the live, but which is not there in the recording. But content wise, syllabus wise, everything is same.
Okay, got it. And one more question. The project which you are just explaining in this course, you are going to explain in this course. The same project you are explaining in each of the recording, then how we can showcase like we did this in real time to the interviewers?
Sorry, I haven't understood your question. Can you please read, please tell me again, once again?
Okay, so the project which you are just telling in each of the course, so that project you are explaining in each course, that's why I'm just asking, like, how can we showcase the same project to the interviewers?
Why cannot you explain the same project in the front of interviewer? What's the problem in that?
Yeah, the same project, all the people are telling that I did the same project. That's why I'm just thinking.
So you're saying that, like, hey, if in the interview, that if suppose in a batch there are 10 people, so 10 people might go to a same company, apply for job, and then interviewer will feel that, hey, same project is being asked. This is what you're saying? Like, so all the people are saying same project. This is what you're telling?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So let me, it's a valid question. So I will explain you how you can do that. So the architecture diagram which you are learning, right? This is architecture. One second. Uh, okay. So now the architecture, so suppose among my 8 years of career, these are the different architecture diagram I have done. Okay. And these are the standard architecture diagrams. So suppose in my current company, I am doing the same architecture. I am implementing this architecture, and also I am implementing this architecture, which I have implemented in other companies as well. So what we are doing here, we are trying to replicate the architecture diagram rather than implementing the um, rather than so what we are trying to do, we are trying to solve like one problem statement as in company wants to move the data to the cloud, and then company wants to do the dashboarding as in they want to understand how their business is performing. This is a normal standard problem statement for all the company. Like they want to move and then they want to do the analytics on top of it. Now to solve this problem, the company adopt different architecture diagram. This is the first architecture diagram, this is the second architecture diagram, this is the third architecture diagram, this is the fourth architecture diagram. And this architecture diagram is repetitive because like like the scenarios to solve this problem cannot be like many architecture diagram. It's like 4 to 5 standard architecture diagram. So when you approach an interview, you might say that, hey, I moved the data from Oracle database, or I moved the data from SQL database. Or you can say that, hey, one of the person can say that I moved the data from Oracle database to this SQL database, and data source was different. You can say that, hey, like I moved the department file, employee file, and this file. So the way you say it can be different, but the architecture diagram would be same. Okay, so we are all learning the same architecture diagram, but the way you present can be a bit different, and I will tell you how it can be different. Okay. Is it clear for you?
Yes.
All right. Anybody has any question, guys? Okay. Anybody has any question, guys?
I have one more question. Is there any no cost EMI option to get this Databricks course?
Can you ping me on WhatsApp, and then I will help you?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Anybody has any question, guys?
Uh, I have one more question. Is there any, I mean, no cost EMI option to get this Databricks course?
Can you ping me on WhatsApp, and then I will help you?
Okay, sure.
Okay, you can ping me on WhatsApp. I have sent my number. You can ping me on WhatsApp and I will help you. All right, guys. So just in the summary, right? Azure Data Engineering course, morning batch, 8:30, 30th of October, you can start. 8:30 a.m. will be the timing, 8:30 IST. For Databricks and Spark, 11th November, it will start 8:30 p.m. IST will be the timing. For Databricks, this will be taught only by me. This will be taught me with me and Sankha. Combined course, like you can either choose morning or you can either choose evening. In morning, we will start with Azure Data Engineering, then we will learn Databricks Spark. In evening, we'll learn Databricks Spark, then we will learn Azure Data Engineering. Both courses can be learned individually without any problem. For Databricks and Spark, you need to have a coding knowledge. Azure Data Engineering gives you 3 years of experience. Database Spark also gives you 3 years of experience. Combined course gives you the 5 years of experience, right? You can crack up to like 15 to 20 lakh per annum, right? In European countries, you can crack up to 60 to 70 k euros. In US, you can crack up to 80 k dollars, right? And in combined course, it can crack up to more than 100k, right? In US, in European country, you can crack up to 80k euros, right? That you can crack. If you want to enroll for the data engineering course, 17,000 is the fees. For Databricks, also 17,000 is the fees in the today's demo, which will offer will expire at 11:59 p.m. IST. Original price for combined courses 40,000 rupees. You can get in 30,000 rupees. All the recorded material is available in 10% discount after the demo. So now I will be sending the payment link, which I have sent in the chat, right? I will be also sending the payment link in the group so that you can do the payment, right? And thank you for the people who enrolled for the course already. So now this is let's conclude this. Now one last time, anybody has any question, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we'll conclude here. Anybody has any question, guys? All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending the class. See you around if you're enrolling. Bye.